side things here, right, Jackson? Like, we got to talk about the fact that TSM, this is the first game in their gauntlet run.
Yep.
They need to think about things down the road, so perhaps we don't see something too risky, something too new from them.
And Team SoloMid is a very cerebral team. You know, we've talked historically about Flash X being this amazing grafter. Recently, Best Chuck has really stepped up to the plate to help him too. This is a team where if they think they don't need to pull out all of their cards in the first game, they might not do that, because later on in the gauntlet, if they can surprise a team who's seen them run, like let's say they get through 3 games, they're into the 4th, they've been playing a similar strategy all the time, that's when teams start to adapt, they start to ban pieces of that out. But if Team SoloMid then later on is able to pull something interesting and different out, that can really surprise a team.
All right, well, the draft is underway. We have an Idris respect ban against Best Chuck there coming out from Echo Fox. Catherine going to be banned, Grace picked up, and then a Krull first pick.
I mean, Krull, we know this is a hero that is very valuable in the current meta. We are on patch 2.8 here at this tournament. Krull still sits in a really tough spot in terms of being able to fight against him. He just controls the early game and mid game with the right type of player. And Von C, he is that player to take Krull to the next level.
Yeah, Von C is great at just applying pressure to enemies, and Krull is someone who can really do that very effectively with the inbuilt sustain.
Yep.
Petal being banned out along with Arden here. The Petal is an interesting one. It is very good into Krull.
Yeah, I mean, Petal is essentially a very hard counter into Krull, especially if she goes down that crystal power path, using those Munions to stop Krull from being able to get on top of anyone he wants to. Although Grace does also work really well in the Krull, I think this is why the Lance comes on board, because he's able to manipulate where Grace is at, knock her up against the walls with his shield, root her so Krull is still able to get to the back line.
Honestly, not even just into the Grace matchup. Lance in general on this update has been an exceptionally strong captain pick that most teams are leaning towards. This is no longer a comfort pick for any specific team. This is just a very strong pick.
And it's also very, very nice with Krull as well as it is against Grace, to be honest, because anytime you can immobilize someone and Krull can stay in melee range to get weakness stacks down, that is going to really help him get towards the point where he's totally neutralizing an enemy threat.
It's something, though, we have to pay attention to, because TSM and self-proclaimed Flash X is an enabling captain. He likes to play heroes like Arden, like Lyra. He's not known to be a play-making captain, and that is what Lance is. So perhaps a bit risky from TSM coming out in Game 1, Flash stepping up saying, I can take this hero and make it work. But Echo Fox responds with the Kestrel like we thought about, so that most likely will go on to Selena in the carry position for that team. Now they're just looking here with 14 seconds bonus time. How do they round out this comp? I imagine we'll see something around the lines of a Samuel or, oh wow, this is completely different than what I would have thought they were going to do. Fortress brings a lot of damage to the game, which is going to be important to knock Krull down.
This is interesting, actually, because Fortress and Grace really want to go in this pairing. But Kestrel can struggle to get there sometimes. If you burn your stealth to make the initiation happen, you don't necessarily have that get out of jail free card.
Yep.
This, especially in something like a Lance too, if you've got Grace and a Fortress going into a Lance, they can get knocked away. It's not that hard for Team SoloMid to disengage, and they're going to want to do that with a Celeste.
And look at this triple CC composition as well coming out from Team SoloMid. They're going to be looking comfortable in this one. I'm really curious about how the Fortress is going to play into that, because he's going to want to dive in. They have a whole lot of peel.
They do have a whole lot of peel, but it could be an interesting take on this Fortress pick, right? You can dive for the Celeste, and I'm sure that's what Echo Fox is going to want to do, but at the same time, you can just use the percentage health damage that Fortress applies to the front line of TSM, where Kestrel's able to get off a lot of proc, a lot of damage on the front line. Maybe she doesn't dive Celeste. It's going to be hard for her to try anyway.
Absolutely. Well, our draft is done. We're ready to get on into Game 1 of Mobile Masters Las Vegas.
Man, this is going to be a great game. Team SoloMid, I'm sure they want to start off strong here. They are the ones supposed to run the gauntlet. That's the challenge that has been thrown down to them. Echo Fox is a team that on paper, Team SoloMid have a big advantage over. So they need to have not just a win here, Munch, but they need to have a strong, convincing win.
I think one of the key things, though, in this matchup is when we've historically seen Echo Fox play, these are individually very skilled players. It was more a matter of team synergy and strategy that was an issue for them when they were in the Vainglory 8. So coming into this game, especially with a kind of off-the-wall composition like they're going to be running, there are going to be some questions on if they can get the ball rolling. This could be a cheeky little victory ball now.
Yeah, it absolutely could be. It's also worth noting that Echo Fox has struggled traditionally in live events. They were actually recently at the Summer Unified live event in Los Angeles, and were not able to pick up a victory against Team Queso, one of the European challenger teams that were there. So Echo Fox might be hungry for that live event victory this time, and we see them right now just kind of taking a look at what TSM's up to. The 3-man going in on the Elder Treant there, and of course Slada just trying to be a little bit annoying. Some Captain Wars here in the jungle.
Supportal combat going on right
combat
there. Slada versus FlashX. It is going to be the Elder Treant picked up by TSM, though. Very important to start that game off strong, get that rolling for yourselves, and TSM doing a great job to control the middle of the jungle.
Yeah, I like the fact that we actually see Slada here in the lane protecting Selena. A couple of changes that have come through, though, in this patch is things like the jungle value of gold being a little bit better, so if you might see a lot of supports going down there. But I'm sure TSM's going to be excited if Von C can kind of be on the loose on his own, and we'll have to see if this Fortress from Irwin can really respond. A little bit of a different pick from Irwin. He's a heavy mage player. He likes the Celeste, Scarf, Saniel type picks, so a bit of a unique approach coming out of Echo Fox here in Game 1.
It's interesting, though. I mean, we were talking about glass cannon strategies earlier. I don't think anyone would have expected this composition out of Echo Fox, and for that very reason, it might be enough to take TSM by surprise. So far, not a lot of crazy stuff going on in this game, but I would expect the side of Echo Fox to try and turn up the heat kind of early here. They do have the ability to dive and do some good damage.
Look at this fight kicking off already. Slada going to be the focus target for Von C as he builds up those weakness stacks. Smite will do a lot of damage, but not going to be able to finish the job. And now Selena rotating down. This could be a fight going the way of Echo Fox if they can just finish off a kill. Benediction onto Von C. FlashX getting incredibly low. He goes down as Irwin finishes that one off. Chomps on down. Now Von C just trying to escape. There are no sentries this early in the game, but Irwin might just get turned on here. Echo Fox are going to walk away with a kill.
Wow, that was actually a really surprising move from TSM. A little overconfident. Yes, Von C was able to capture the healing camp there, but unfortunately the timing a bit off. Best Chuck in A was not on the map, not able to drop down and support them. He actually went home to purchase, so TSM playing a little over aggressive there in the enemy jungle.
Yeah, and Echo Fox really kind of punishing their hubris a little bit. Team SoloMid, obviously the Crow and Lance can make a lot happen in the early game, but like I said before, there's some pretty explosive damage out of Grace Fortress. This is a composition that can be very aggressive. If you're playing into their hands and you don't know when Selena is coming, oh, Von C, this is a bad spot for him to be in.
Here comes his team.
No fear, just fight seems like an appropriate phrase right now, but here comes FlashX. They might just be able to pull this one off. Von C getting incredibly low, but Krull has a lot of sustain. That is going to be a Holy Nova knocking Slada up. He's going to go down to Von C with the smite. In fact, it's FlashX that grabs the kill for himself, but now Selena's here. They have a lot of damage, but Irwin can't stay in this fight. Selena's locked up. This is going to be surely another one going the way of Team SoloMid.
Echo Fox, why not call Selena down in that moment? You had the ability to actually rotate Kestrel down to defend your jungle, but Selena clearing the lane there. The minions not able to rotate in time. We see TSM not really being afraid. They got chased. FlashX did die, but immediately once they're back on the map, Von C invades, starts making plays. We thought maybe he was caught out. Actually, it was Echo Fox. It was in the bad spot.
I like the fact that Von C's picked up some early defensive stats here. That was kind of critical to that play working out. And also, he wasn't really trying to immediately pick up a kill. He was playing very defensively, just building up weakness stacks on the front line as more of an option to heal himself too, which is key for allowing Best Chuck the time to rotate down there. So very nice stuff from Team SoloMid. You do have to question a little bit, you know, Selena trying to back up Echo Fox in a fight which was already lost. You know, they were chasing a loss. We are in Vegas. Don't do that. But yeah, definitely in the future, I think making sure Echo Fox is all on the same page and not trying to initiate a fight you can't win is going to be critical for them to not fall behind against the late game scaling that Team SoloMid has.
Now that we are past 4 minutes in the game, Jungle Shop is live, so teams will be able to purchase items and upgrades there. We also have Crystal Sentries too, so probably a little less jungle invades happening, but the damage coming out of the Celeste at 5 minutes already strong with Eve completed, so Best Chuck feeling confident in this first game.
Honestly, the siege that is available from Celeste in the early game is terrifying. Look at this. They can take a turret as well as a kill onto Irwin. That is pure damage out of Best Chuck.
Man, this is getting pretty scary already for Echo Fox. This is the team I would have been expecting to push the tempo a little bit in this game, but Team SoloMid with the CC are doing a great job of shutting Echo Fox down any time they try and deal with anything. Also, Best Chuck, I really like the build he's going for, Fuji. It's probably going to be the Eve, Clockwork, and Frostburn build, if I had to guess. The math was done on that one. Very high DPS. It can be very effective for just annihilating turrets early, even if they want to.
Yeah, I mean, with a double front line, Best Chuck doesn't have a lot to worry about. We talked about the difficulty of Echo Fox being able to dive onto Celeste. Probably not going to happen, especially now that TSM has a bit of a lead. Best Chuck's positioning will be key there. And we see carries with this level of confidence often going for 4 offensive items even. So wouldn't be surprised to see a Broken Myth woven in, and that damage is going to be a sight to see.
Both teams setting up in the lane right here. I want to talk about the fact TSM, actually, they might just be engaging for this one. Double root comes in from FlashX. There's a beautiful chain of CC, and another couple of kills going to come on through. Unless Slater can escape with his life on this one. FlashX, no more CC to land.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Echo Fox really being pushed up against the turret here. Let's talk a little bit of why the pressure is so one-sided, though, right now. This Fortress pick, still only level 5, is not actually hitting his power spike, just now turning level 6. This is the time where Echo Fox can actually look to pick some fights. With Fortress's ultimate, he will spawn 3 wolves, which will put bleed stacks on everyone for TSM. This means the damage output from Echo Fox is going to be much higher now. Unfortunate for them, though, they weren't really patient enough to this point. They needed to defend their turrets, play a little bit more passive until Irwin hit that point in the game, but TSM already Frostburn completed on Best Chuck. He is taking this late game mage and making it an early game carry.
Absolutely, and we saw the damage he could do with 1 item. Now that he's picked up a second as well, that's only going to be increasing. But I feel like the kill that Echo Fox got earlier on in this game almost set them up with a little bit too much confidence coming on towards the middle stages of the game, and now they're in this position where they've started to fall a little bit behind. But I have to ask, when we get to the later stages of the game, if Echo Fox can defend their next turret, if they can just hold on a bit longer, are they going to be feeling better the later on in the game?
Whoa, that's a good stun coming out from the Kroll. Vonsy immediately jumping on to Slata. Does look like Echo Fox wants to turn things around, though. That was actually a pretty solid disengage. Slata didn't even pop the ultimate because he's not level 6. Echo Fox, they got to be careful here, though. A turret dive possible. Look at the supernova from Best Chuck. TSM is forcing these cooldowns out from Echo Fox, trying to buy time. Whilst they still have energy on Best Chuck, they can probably keep the siege going. Vonsy knows it. He's trying to get in that flank position. Good stun, though, out of Selena. He's not going to be able to follow it up, though, again. Supernova's doing so much damage. Best Chuck wants even more. Slata's got to be careful here. Irwin maybe stuck around a little too long. Good Githian wall from FlashX, setting up the kills. Team SoloMid, a turret and 2 kills there.
There is a reason that Team SoloMid is praised so highly for their team synergy, for their team play, and you can see the coordination. The second anyone's out of position, all 3 members immediately capitalize.
Echo Fox, you have to have more confidence. We talked about the fact that when Fortress hits level 6, he releases that pack of wolves, but when they came out, TSM completely disengaged. The time to do the damage was lost, and TSM knew is the moment that the bleed stack fell off, they were able to turn around and do a ton of damage back onto Echo Fox. I don't think they were watching the timing on the Best Chuck hitting level 8 either. Getting more range on those Heliogenesis means they get to poke almost for free to the extent where Fortress is not able to engage.
You were talking earlier, Fuji, about Best Chuck turning this late game mage into an early game carry. Look at how quickly Best Chuck has hit 3 items. That's the beauty of this Celeste build. I mean, they're all individually relatively low price as opposed to things like a Shatterglass or a Broken Myth.
Yeah.
And in conjunction with one another, you just do so much work. The Supernovas were hitting for like 400 damage. To put that in perspective, that's about 1/3 of Selena's health. It's so much right now.
I mean, these damage items allow for Vonsy to optimize his item builds into more defense. He has a metal jacket, which is going to allow him to really absorb a lot of those glimmer shots coming through. I like this build from Vonsy as well. He's going to need it now. He's down here.
Selena has been caught out, though. Huge ultimate from Best Chuck, and Selena gets the heal, but it's just not enough. Now Irwin, the next one to fall. Best Chuck's damage is quite frankly obscene.
It really is. Von C as well is becoming very, very difficult for Echo Fox to kill, even with mortal wounds. It's disgusting.
It's like getting caught out is a strategy for Von C, honestly. Slater has been found on his own as well. No way out of that one. It's going to be another kill. Wasn't quite an ace, though. Selena had already respawned.
I mean, this is just the
That's how early in the game it is.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute. Can't even get an ace 10 minutes in. TSM trying to put their mark on this game. But look at the confidence from Von C. Just by himself here while his team does take down that gold mine. Just taking complete control of Echo Fox's jungle as he goes in.
I think you just have to bear in mind that Von C still hasn't died this game. He's been caught out in inverted commas like 3 or 4 times, but it's just a way for them to engage. Flash X with a nice little root, but they have to back away.
You can't try and fight into that poke damage from Celeste. And already, of course, being past level 8, you've got the overdrive on the Helio. So the range is something that, Echo Fox, if they want to fight, they have to commit. They have to just go for it, pop attack of the pack, try and retribution in. That's a hard sell when you don't have control over your own jungle. You have no turrets outside of your choke point to actually anchor back to and try and play around. Team SoloMid are in such convincing control of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. We did see the light shield upgrade into a kinetic shield for Irwin, going to give him a bit more defense for these Celeste Helios coming down. But once again, Broken Myth now being finished, it's just not enough. The defense coming in too late. He is sitting on an infusion, so perhaps Echo Fox is thinking about that engage attempt you were talking about, Jackson. Selena, though, only on this Sorrow Blade and Monocle. Only 2 completed Tier 3 items. Just TSM is so far ahead now. 8,000 gold lead. Looking really good.
Absolutely. So I'm curious to see how Selena is going to continue to get on in this game, as obviously we have 2 full completed items and heading towards a 3rd. Once you get to that late game, Kestrel can be an absolute hyper carry, but it's getting to that point, and already choke turret already under siege.
Yeah, 670 damage. Supernova's on that turret, Jackson.
At some point, Echo Fox kind of just has to commit.
Here we
That's what
go.
they're doing right now. Slater tries to go in, but look at this burst down. The ultimate hardly doing anything. The turret's still alive. It's not doing work on Team SoloMid either. They're just going to wipe on through that. Selena committing to an ultimate there might put him in range if he's not careful. Team SoloMid, I don't see any way that they're actually going to lose this one. Echo Fox has so much work to do to get back in the game.
Oh, the max range from Hell's Heart coming out of Von C. They're catching Fortress on the backside, just completely stunned out watching his turret fall, and then he is just cannon fodder after that goes down. Echo Fox really on the back line. Honestly, the big story here for me with TSM is the fact that over the last season, Von C has been doing a lot of this really aggressive invade kind of on his own, and oftentimes TSM has been punished for this, but Echo Fox actually is the one in return being punished as they now hunt down Slater. Looks like he's going to get out of there, though.
Slater trying to escape with his life on this one. We'll see how much TSM actually wants to commit. Von C's ultimate is available. That's going to be the Impale blocked on up. Flash X gets a nice Scythian wall. But the second that Best Choke is in range, Echo Fox have to immediately just get out of there, because 2 or 3 Helios is enough to finish someone off.
And it's really rough for Echo Fox right now as well, because any direction that they try and take this game, they have to focus on these choke points to get out of their base. And honestly, Best Choke can kind of just sit there, lay down the Helios as a minefield, and you're never going to be able to get out. Kraken hasn't even spawned yet. Team SoloMid keeping very good control over this game, picking up yet another gold mine. Best Choke might want to go in.
He might just want to. Von C going to be the one to start this engage. Will understun onto Slater. They might just finish him off before his ultimate even comes out. He goes down. There's the captain gone. Von C taking a lot of damage. Look at that ultimate coming on through. Flash X, he wants to chase these people down. He doesn't want Irwin and Selena to get away with this one, but he doesn't have a choice.
Oh man, and the Echo coming through on Flash X. This is going to allow him to reset his Impel or Githian wall to get more roots and more stuns. Core collapse from Hell's Heart. There's so much crowd control available to TSM to lock down this fortress, or in the last case, Slater, he's their captain. That was the tankiest member of their team that just died like a carry would.
And he didn't even get an opportunity to react either. That's the key thing, is Slater's ultimate is only good if you can actually cast the damn thing, but he doesn't get an opportunity to even play up in that situation. And Flash, I mean, I wanted to talk about earlier the fact that Vonsi can play this crawl as a peel, but he just doesn't need to.
Here we go.
That's going to be the ultimate coming out from Vonsi. It is blocked up this time around, but Vonsi sees the real target on the back line. He wants Selena. This time, Vonsi actually falling very low, but a great Githian wall. Best Chuck has all of the members of EchoFox lined up for him. He does great damage. Manages to pick up that first kill on to Slata. I'm sure Best Chuck wants more, but getting close enough might be kind of hard. And Flash X falls for the second time this game. EchoFox is able to pick up a kill.
Yeah, perhaps a little overzealous from TSM there, just reaching a little bit too far in that situation.
I mean, Flash X actually got a triple Githian Echo, got the same triple Githian stun again.
Oh boy.
Oh, Erwin, you're in trouble, my friend. And they're actually looking for Selena because he can clean up this fight. If he can finish off Best Chuck, it would be huge. Vonsi jumping onto him! Massive Solar Storm out of Best Chuck, and that is an easy cleanup for TSM.
Oh, we see the damage that is possible when Kestrel's able to get to Celeste. Best Chuck itemizing for these 4 offensive, has no armor. That was so close. A kill on Celeste would net so much gold over to whoever picks it up for EchoFox. 10-0.
Yeah.
That is a gold mine in and of itself if you're able to take down Best Chuck.
I think it's important to mention, Slater is going to be caught out here. I think he's going to be going down on this one. No way out for you, my friend, unfortunately. Slater just going to be finished off by Best Chuck, who is now a nightmare in this game. But important to mention, this is update 2.8, so Broken Myth still a stacking item. I know you guys at home, you've been playing on 2.9, you've been getting used to the new Broken Myth, the new CP items. This is the old one still in play.
Yeah, it's important to note too that with this Kraken push, there is no choke point turrets. So TSM can slow play this, or like Vonsi's doing, they can go in and just flex their lead, saying we're dominating this game, 16-2, 10,000 gold lead. We're about to take this victory.
I don't think Vonsi believes in slow play. If your slogan is no fear, just fight, it's not conducive to slow gameplay coming on through. But look at the positioning out of the Kestrel.
Yeah, it's going to be the fight kicked off here. Team SoloMid trying to get on the back line. Selena is doing a good job of playing around the periphery, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He just can't get close to Best Chuck. Fountain going to give him a little bit more time, trying to get back on the Fountain as well and actually heal up a little bit.
Oh,
no one's gone down yet from EchoFox. They might be able to turn things around, but the Kraken still doing a lot of work onto the turrets.
It's now or
on
never.
EchoFox. They've got to make it happen, but Selena gets wiped out. Team SoloMid, they find another kill. They're looking for the third. This is going to be game 1 going the way of Team SoloMid.
Erwin drops as well. Team SoloMid starting this gauntlet the way they mean to go on. A 19-2 victory, 12,000 gold lead, and a convincing start. Flawless from both the jungler and the carry. Exceptional start.
Yeah, this is really impressive work for TSM, and it needs to be.